Welcome back, folks. This is your Stallion Cup Exped Conference. And now we are showcasing the main event of the day. The final match between Zhoosh with a 4-2 record going up against Bridgestone. May 2-4 record naman is at the bottom of the standings with that 10th seed. Bridgestone is wearing their maroon kits. Meanwhile, itong Zhoosh is sporting a very bright red. Pero medyo of the same color palette sila. Shua grabs the loose ball. There's Monte Castro handing the leather for them. Here's Chan. Trapped inside. Monte Castro has it. Tries to force the issue and he gets bumped. Now heading to the line for 2 shots. Once again, my name is Reynold Greg Cilia, your commentator for today's final 2 games. And on Instagram and on Facebook, you can find me at Reynold Greg. That's REINALDGREG. Jello Monte Castro now shooting his second free throw. And he sinks the second one. Bridgestone. Oh, that's Zhoosh rather. Here's Fernando. Gives it to Lim. The straightaway 3. Yes, sir! Now here is Bridgestone trying to manufacture some offense. Is Monte Castro. Ramirez hesitates, now fires. That's too long. Zhoosh not getting a good hold of that leather after that tap of going out of bounds. And Zhoosh, in their last game, they gave Studio 300 a tough fight but fell short. In the end, losing by just 7 points. And during that game, Josh Lim and Andrew Torres carried the offensive load, scoring 21 and 16 respectively. Meanwhile, Tim Koo was a monster on the glass, grabbing 18 boards for his team. However, his incredible defensive performance felt quite short, and he needs to be more aggressive in going to the cup and help his team with much needed baskets, because he only finished the game with just 8 points despite grabbing 18 boards for them. Samantala itong Bridgestone naman coming from a 91-69 blowout loss against Boysen, and they're hoping to bounce back and improve their 2-win and 4-loss standing. And despite Jello Monte Castro flirting last game with a triple-double, tallying 18 points, 11 rebounds, and 7 assists, and an efficient outing from Hugo Ramirez, scoring 15 and just 9 shots, their efforts were apparently not enough to overcome the defensive masterclass of Boysen, holding Bridgestone to just a 33% shooting clip as a team. And now that we are ready for the 7 more minutes of action here in the first, let's get back to action. Here's Jello Monte Castro, but the pass was stolen away. Good defense. Fernando turning defense into offense, but Jello Monte Castro was whistled for the foul. And now we find Fernando heading to the charity stripe. Fernando gets the lucky bounce on that first one. Now here's the second. Still does not fall. Susubukang kumamada rito ng Bridgestone. They're down by 5. Ooh! Straight away 3 from Gavin Kua. And just like that, they're just down by 2. 10-8 is our score with 7 and 10 remaining in the game clock or in the first quarter. Ilagan, extra pass. The short stab is good from Christian Lee. Cross-court pass. Gavin Kua, another one, but he passed it to Ramirez. His three-pointer is good. Back-to-back trays para sa Bridgestone, cutting the deficit to just one. Shua inside. Gets the ball stolen away by Jello Montecastro. That's great anticipation. Montecastro, Pinoy step, finish! And just like that, they now hold the lead. Lex Chua playing the point. Oh, that's Caleb Dichenko rather. I'm mixing them up because of the colors. I apologize for that. But Jello Montecastro gets whistled once more, and this time it's gonna be an unsportsmanlike foul. That's against Christian Lee. Jello Montecastro, first free throw is good, and as you see, he may have a hitch on his shot a la Tyrese Halliburton, but I must say that his fundamentals are really in place, you know. He jumps and intercepts the passing lanes, acts as a floor general, can take it upon himself as a scorer. Now he's handling the leather. Ramirez, extra pass, Chang for three. That one goes back rim. Castro to Montecastro with a full head of steam. Euro and gets whistled for another one. That's two free throws for Jello Montecastro. And he has been stepping on the gas pedal since the buzzer rang. Gets the first one to go. Jello Montecastro, his second free throw just rolls out of the rim. And that's a dangerous pass from Zhoosh. Ooh, good fake. Now the take. That's too strong. Ball was not recovered. Passes to the wrong man. Montecastro finds another. Wow, great pass. And that is your Nike Park great assist play. Thank you, Jello Montecastro. That's a great heads-up play from the point guard. And now the straightaway three punches right back. Gian Fernando putting the ball up and finding the bottom of the island. Jello Montecastro manufacturing some offense, and as he shuffled, he was grabbed and stifled. Mandatory substitutions for both these teams, but Jello Montecastro will stay at the line as he will shoot those two free throws para sa Bridgestone. A little bit of discussions here as Jello Montecastro stays at the line, and now he'll be shooting those two free throws. And he gets the first one to go. And he goes 2 for 2. Now he has to come out of the game in favor of Kevin Lin. Here's Chua. Gets it right back. Goes. Oh, that's a dangerous play. But a wonderful finish. Hans Chua evades the defense, scoring those 2 points, and now at the charity stripe for the bonus. Ramirez. Finding someone to pass to. It's a straightaway 3 by Kua, who gets fouled in the process. Landing spot ang itatawag. He gets the first one to go. Talking about that's Kua from Bridgestone. That's Gavin Kua. He has shot well so far from downtown. Para sa Bridgestone, and they lead by 5. Make that 6. Here's Hans Chua handing the leather. Good pick and roll, but Ilagan almost fumbled that possession, but he cleaned up his own mess. And a really tall front court duo here from Bridgestone. From Zhoosh rather. That's Jericho Ilagan together with Tim Koo. And Tim Koo grabs his first rebound of the game. He turns the ball over. Tim Koo gets the block for your Kauri defensive play of the quarter. His Hans Chua. Tim Koo with the give and go. Hans Chua goes baseline, now kicks it back out. Tim Koo cleans up the mess. Lamang na ng dalawa ang Bridgestone dito. Here's Ramirez trying to enter the paint. Is Lex Chua, but ball goes outside. And a rebounding battle. There is a whistle. Here's Hans Chua orchestrating the offense here for Zhoosh. That's a short stab, no go. Bridgestone gathers the loose ball with 2 minutes and 50 seconds remaining in the first canto. That's Gavin Kua, straight away 3, no go. Tim Koo naghahanap ng papasahan. He starts the break, finds Hans Chua, who steps back, now steps inside, but gets fouled in the process as he tried to scoop it in. 2 free throws para rito kay Hans Chua. First shot is good. And the second free throw is butter at the same time. Here is Gavin Kua. He goes left. Nasaraduan ng pinto. At ang pito, out of bounds, they will regain the possession. Ooh, quick 3. That one's wide right. That's a miss from Hugo Ramirez. He was efficient in their last outing. Now here's Hans Chua kicking it out. Now the ball is with Chua once again, up and under. Ang ganda naman nun. Now they regain the lead, 25-23. Zhoosh has the 2-point lead. Here's Kua. 12 seconds on the shot clock. Lilipad. No go. Timku. 6 years to lose ball. Yuchua. 2-on-1 fast break. They go strong. They go quick. 27-23 with 1:30 remaining in the first canto. We find Hugo Ramirez orchestrating the offense, trying to engineer something. There's Gavin Kua. Drives middle. Lilipad. No go. But he gets the ball. Walk out of bounds. Kind of frustrated right there. Medyo sinuntok niya yung tarpaulin. Timku, give and go. This is their favorite play featuring Timku on the block. Timku grabs that rebound and he cleans up the mess. Here goes Harold Chang to Gavin Kua. He stops, steps back. That's a good shot. Gavin Kua with that short stab, cutting the lead down back to 4. Hans Yuchua drives inside, acrobatic lay, finds the bottom of the iron. Now here's Gavin Kua. The three-pointer does not fall. 20 seconds remaining in the first. The foul by Hans Yuchua. He's really good at those kinds of panggugulang moments, as you may call it. Now he's going back to the line for two more shots. Hans Yuchua misses on the second free throw. 10 seconds to work with para sa Bridgestone. It's the last possession of the quarter. Hugo Ramirez finding and manufacturing offense, but he misses on that last second attempt. 32-25 is our score at the end of the first 10 minutes of this action. Don't look away. We'll be back for more action after this Kaukai quarter break. Now we're back for the second quarter of action. This is your Stallion Cup Exped Sox Conference, and we're live still here at the AYSN Gym in En Domingo, San Juan City. Once again, my name is Reynald Greg Cilia, your commentator for today's games, and you can find me on Instagram and on Facebook. That's at Reynald Greg. That's REINALD GREG. And now still with the lead is Zhoosh. It's a 32-25. Make that 34-25 affair. Still with the lead is Zhoosh, enjoying that 9-point lead. Once again, wearing the bright red jerseys is Zhoosh. Samantalang maroon naman para dito sa Bridgestone. Jello Montecastro back in the ball game. But he threw that ball away. That's a miss. Gavin Kua lilipad. That's a sorry miss para kay Gavin Kua. Jello Montecastro trying to find some daylight. Here's Ramirez. He spins. He fires, gets blocked. And that's an early County defensive play of the ball game. Of the quarter, rather. Here's Ramirez getting that rebound. That one's long. Montecastro has it against Vichenko. He tries to finish, but that one's short. Here's Lim. Stopping on a dime, firing the three, gets it to go! And that extends the lead to double figures. It's now up to a dozen. Susubukang bumawi. That doesn't fall para rito sa Bridgestone, courtesy of that's Hugo Ramirez, who had a very efficient outing during the last game. Jello Montecastro, another steal for him. That's like 3 steals again already. But a sorry miss once more. Jello Montecastro cannot remove the seal of the bucket. 7:50 remaining in the second quarter. Ilagan swings it to the right corner for 3. Yes, sir! That's a really great heads-up play from Jericho Ilagan, giving it to the corner man for that triple. Oh, miscommunication on Bridgestone. The 3, this time, is an air ball. 40-25 is our score with 7 minutes and 24 remaining here in the first half of action. Still with the lead is the 4th seed Zhoosh, who has a 4-2 record. Meanwhile, Bridgestone still struggling, but their hopes of improving their 2-4 record is still alive. Meanwhile, Chang was left wide open, and for that specific reason. Now here's a corner 3 once again. Not this time around. Here's Ilagan, gives it up to Vichenko. Vichenko, the fake. Wow, what a move! Great fake. Now Kua sasagot. Not this time around. Vichenko grabs the long rebound. Gives it to Lee. Stops on a dime, fires and hits. A quick 4-point swing para sa Zhoosh. PH extending their lead to 19. Hugo Ramirez waiting for numbers. He has 15 to work with. He steps back. He fires and misses. But Gavin Kua secures the long board. Gavin Kua, another heave. That's short. And they need to distribute the ball better here if they want to win. Vichenko. That jumper from the nail just rattles out. Ramirez, good pass. Inside. Not this time, but there's a foul. Whistled in the process. Pupunta sa charity stripe itong si Mark Tagle. Mark Tagle hits the first free throw. Ooh, that's a free throw violation. He did not hit the rim. Handling the leather now is Fernando. He gives it to Lim. That's a quick 3. Yes, sir! A 7-point swing. Thanks to the offensive onslaught of Zhoosh PH. And don't look away. We'll be back for more action when we return from this timeout brought to you by Kaukai. We're now back in action. It's still a Bridgestone ball coming from that exped timeout. They're down by 21. There's Hugo Ramirez. Gives it up to Chang. Now they ask for help from the captain, Jello Montecastro. Ooh, good pass. Kua didn't even realize he was wide open. And that is your Nike Park Great Assist play. Thank you, Jello Montecastro. Fernando. Pumanap ng butas. Lee, the jumper, gets fouled. Will now go to the line for 2 shots. And he goes 2 for 2 on that trip. Here's Jello Montecastro handling the leather, trying to manufacture some offense for his team. Bridgestone still struggling mightily. They're down by 21. Jello Montecastro, that's a bad pass. Saved. Kua for 3. Cannot bail them out on that 3-pointer. It's a quick 3 here. Wow! Firing from all cylinders and hitting back-to-back threes is Zhoosh PH. Don't look away. It's another exped timeout. Don't look away. We'll return in just a bit. Apparently, it was just mandatory substitutions for both teams. That's why we have a stop of action. It's not an exped timeout. 52-28 is our score. Still with the lead is Zhoosh. At lumalapit na sa isang buwan ang kanilang kalamangan. Just under 5 minutes here in the second quarter of action. We find Lin in the corner, no go on that tray. Timku, the break starter to Hansi Uchua. Breakaway, acrobatic layup. Hansi Uchua adds more insult to the injury. Extending the lead to 26. Ooh, that's an acrobatic lay. Papalitan ng kanyang sariling bersyon, talking about Mark Tagle para sa Bridgestone. Here's Hansi Uchua, the 3. Timku. Nahiyang tumira. Here's Hansi Uchua. Wow, 4 points. Very quick para kay Hansi Uchua. So 26 ang kalamangan dito ng Zhoosh Bridgestone. Paano kaya sila kakamada? Hugo Ramirez swings it. That's a long 3. Not this time around. Lin tracks down the long rebound. Here's Mark Tagle inside, lefty lay. Rattles it in. Here's Hansi Uchua. Gives it to the corner. A 3. Caleb Dichenko misses. And the rebounding battle featuring Timku and his opponent gives the ball out of bounds. But Zhoosh will retain the possession. Oh, he's wide open in the corner. Why is that man wide open? Timku grabs the loose ball. He misses. And he's laughing it off. Here's Hugo Ramirez. Goes behind his back. But he says, reset. That's a cold-blooded 3 if it goes in. Timku gives it to Hansi Uchua. Here's Hansi Uchua, 2-man game to Dichenko. And a traveling violation was whistled against Dichenko. Apparently he moved this pivot. Hugo Ramirez playing point. He rejects the screen, now uses it. Rescreen. Step back. Jay. Wow. He gets that shooter's bounce. 56 to 33 is now our score. Here's Hans Uchua swinging it to JP Tan, the captain. Ooh. Bumping of bodies, no call. Tim Koo trying to clean up the mess, and yes, he does. Plus the bump. Now going to the line for the bonus. Tim Koo is quite of a gentle giant here in the Stallion Cup, but if you've seen his games from different leagues, he's just a monster, you know. He's a big man who can also shoot the leather from perimeter, has great fundamentals from down the block, but in this team, his role is to be the anchor on the defensive end. That's a short stab that just misses. Zhoosh tatakbo. Wow. That's how you manufacture offense easily. Run the break and let Tim Koo handle the rest of the passing. Hugo Ramirez misses once more. Tim Koo, the break starter for Zhoosh. Hands it off this time to JB Aliling. Dichenko. Contact inside. Tim Koo just tips the ball up and in. Like, how does he even do it? Parang napakadali ng basketball sa kanya. Lalo pag nandun na sa ilalim. Oh my God. Triggering inbounds for Bridgestone. Now the ball is with Chang. Cross-court pass. Here is Mark Tagle, who baited that whistle. Oh, that's the fourth personal of JP Tan, I believe. Or Caleb Duchenko, rather. Meanwhile, Tagle misses the former. Handling the leather once more is Hans Uchua. Oh, wow. That's a fake handoff to a very easy lay. No defense whatsoever here being played by Bridgestone. And Hugo Ramirez just chucking up shot after shot. Dichenko swings it. JP Tan fires the three. Sobrang kaliwa. That's an air ball. Bridgestone right now down by just less than a month. And they are just chucking up shot after shot. Tim Koo. Wow, great pass inside for that Nike Park assist off the quarter. Here's Hugo Ramirez. ISO play once again gets blocked. That's what you get for not passing the rock, you know? Sabi nga ng mga great coaches natin, the best position that you can be in basketball is the triple threat. How do you get to that? You swing the ball left and right so that your offense is more unpredictable. But this time around, that cannot happen. 66 to 35 at the end of the first half of action. Don't look away. We'll be back for more after this Kaukai quarter break. Yeah. welcome back. This is the second half of action for the final game of this very eventful Saturday. Today is October 11th, 2025, and we're live here at the AYSN gym in Domingo in San Juan City. Once again, welcome back, folks. This is the Stallion Cup Exped Sox Conference. My name is Reynold Greg Cilia, your commentator for the final two games of today's Quintuple Heather Saturday. And coming off the break, we find Bridgestone still cold. Very, very cold. On the offensive side of the floor, meanwhile, ito na mga Zhoosh, kumakabada ng sunod-sunod na tres. Sunod-sunod na breakaway lay. And why does it happen? It's because of their defense. It's because of their unselfish brand of basketball. Therefore, if Bridgestone wants to come up and still come back from this very huge deficit, they need to do the same, but they cannot create baskets. So they have to double the effort. Just like that, Jelo Montecastro trying to spearhead the offense. Gavin Kua, too much steps. But now here's the tray, not this time. Tumatakbo muli ang Zhoosh. Here's Hans Chua, acrobatic layup. No go. Tumatakbo ngayon si Brian Tagle. Mark Tagle rather. Now Zhoosh. That's a 3-on-1 break. Easy 2 para Zhoosh. Hugo Gonzalez from 3. He's very cold. They're shooting blanks after blanks. Lee to the corner. Gets that triple to go. Carl Lim. Ang dami ng tres nun. As in, yung buong team nila mainit. Parang ating panahon, tapos biglang uulan. Basta wag lang lilindol talaga. Anyway, everybody, with the news na lumilindol all over the country, of course, let's just pray for our safety wherever you are in the Philippines. Siyempre, we want everybody safe. Meanwhile, we're back to the action. Here's Tim Koo with a full ahead of steam, puts his head down, puts the ball up, pero walang pektos yun. Here's Jelo Montecastro, 1-on-1 break. Veterano. He finishes that break, cutting the lead down to 34. If that goes in, I don't know. Hindi ko na alam. But Tim Koo cleaning up the mess on that one. Here's Mark Tagle, gives it to the baseline. Oh! That's a very dangerous play. Gavin Kua. Here's Chua, Hans Chua. Now with the floater, just a sorry miss for him. But they get the second chance. He sells for the triple this time. Misses again. But they are still up by 36. So no worries. Make that just 34. No defense on the side. And they make them pay, talking about Zhoosh with that long two. Hugo Gonzalez, another 3. That one's short. I mean, I don't understand why he keeps shooting those threes when they're not as hot as Zhoosh right now. In fact, they are cold as the Antarctic. Papalo na ng kalahati lang ang score ng Bridgestone dito if Zhoosh affords 2 more buckets. Hugo Ramirez to Jelo Montecastro inside. It's an offhand runner which will miss. Zhoosh, Hans Chua gets that Pinoy step to go. At 40 na ang lamang. Hans Chua running down the floor, gives up the 3. That will miss. Hugo Ramirez gives it to Tagle. Shoots the jumper. And he misses. Another miss for Bridgestone. They're struggling mightily. And in fact, mightily is an understatement at this point. Monte Castro, catalyst from the baseline. There's Gavin Kua, rattles it out. Hansi Chua cannot finish the first time around, but he cleans up his own mess against two defenders, extending the lead to 42. Wow, that's even greater than all the numbers from the back of the jersey ng lahat ng players na nasa floor. And an offensive foul on Jello Monte Castro on that illegal pick. Here's Zhoosh with less than 5 minutes remaining in the third. Good pass. Jericho Ilagan, the beneficiary, just botches the layup and cannot finish the play. Here's Gavin Kua. He goes one-on-one. Up and under, gets stripped, pero kasama, pati braso. And just a change of ball here. Medyo basa daw. Just a little bit of discussions here between our game officials and the players. I think it's quite a confusion with the subs. And there, that officializes the substitution made on the floor. And Zhoosh has been given a delay of game warning. Gavin Kua scores the first of his two trips. And he goes 1 for 2. Ilagan secures the ball. Here's Hansi Chua. Gives it. The nail jumper is smooth as butter. Christian Lee extending the lead to 43. Mark Tagle. Side to Kua. Kua to Lin, the 3. Cuts the lead down to 40. I know that hurts. Just saying it. That's a miss by Lee. The rebound by Chua ends in a putback, which extends the lead back up to 42. Here's Bridgestone trying to manufacture something out of nothing. Hugo Ramirez settles once again. That's an air ball. He has to pass the rock. And Aliling, which makes them pay. I don't know what's happening with Bridgestone, but they are not playing here to win. Anyway, we're now going to an expert timeout. Don't look away. We'll be back more. We're now back to the ball game. Still 44-point lead for Stallion. For Stallion. For Zhoosh against Bridgestone. And that's a miss again from Bridgestone. I don't know what's happening to them, but apparently it just shows that they have no intention whatsoever to win. Because they're not playing to, get each other wide open. They're playing iso ball after iso ball, possession after possession. Meanwhile, itong Zhoosh really playing an unselfish brand of basketball. They're swinging the ball left and right, making sure that everybody touches the leather, giving each other confidence, and despite those costly turnovers, they have built a good amount of offense. From those extra passes, wide open threes, and just turnover after turnover for Bridgestone. Here's Zhoosh. Kicks it out. Fernando has it. The three. That one's left. Here's Hugo Ramirez. Will he take a three again? Oh, this time he goes to the cup. But that's too strong. He must consider the passing department. Vichenko loses the handle, steps back and fires. Not this time. Ilagan trying to clean up the mess. And Shua has it. Here's Gavin Kua. Another ISO play for them. Gavin Kua finally gets the bucket to go. He's talking to the referee. They're down by 40. If you want to come back, something has to happen now. Lex Shua to Kua. Gavin Shua lilipad. And he'll finish. That cuts the lead down to 38. Isang buwan at 8 araw pa. Fernando to Aliling. Hesitates. Now fires. Misses. Sometimes you don't have to hesitate. But Ilagan gets tackled by Lex Shua. Ilagan. Now the ball is in the corner. Lim for three. Yes, sir. Less than a minute remaining here in the third quarter of action. 10 minuto pa, pero parang inaantay na lang natin ang final buzzer based on the body language and the style of play that Bridgestone is doing. That's another miss after just settling a 3 after 3. (93-52) is our score. Ramirez gives it. Tagle for three. Still a miss. They're very cold. And that's a kickball violation by Gavin Kua. Quite questionable, but they're down by 41. Fernando triggering inbounds. Gives it to Hans Yuchua. Let's Caleb Dichenko rather. Another point guard for Zhoosh. A give and go play. Dichenko to the cup. Does not finish. Pero titira yan ang dalawang free throws after that foul. Caleb Dichenko heading to the free throw line wearing those Kobe's on his feet. The second free throw is a miss. He goes for a split. Gavin Kua Is this an ISO again? Oh, a hammer to Hugo Ramirez. Will it be a shot this time? But that's still a miss for him. That ends the 30 minutes of action in this last game of their Saturday. 94 to 52 is our score. Still with the lead is Zhoosh. Don't look away. We'll be back for after this Kaukai quarter break. We're now back for the final chapter of this final game, showcasing Zhoosh leading by more than a month and 10 days against Bridgestone. It's a 94 to 55 now after that triple. Very quick triple by Bridgestone. Pero sasagot naman ang Dos Silim. Once again, welcome back to the Stallion Cup Exped Sox Conference. This is the last game of the day here at AYSM Gym in Domingo, San Juan City. Once again, my name is Reynald Greg Cilia on the call. And it's an offensive disaster class for Bridgestone so far. Jello Montecastro finishes slow. Cannot make that to go. Vichenko's swinging to the outside, kicks it out. He gets the miss. Talking about Vichenko, but loses the leather. Here's Hugo Ramirez, steps back. I wonder why. Gavin Kua, the recipient of the inbounds pass. Tim Koo gets it, the break starter once again. That's good defense by Gavin Kua, but it's just a little bit too late in this juncture of the game. Fernando, cold-blooded three, no go. Here's Jello Montecastro. Puts his set down, puts the ball up, and puts it in. That shreds the lead just a little bit. But they're still down by a huge margin. This Montecastro, tatakbo muli, nagmamadali. 2 more points, that's a quick 4-point swing for him. And they need more of those if they want to come back from this deficit. It's a 37-point disparity. Another good steal here by Gavin Kua. Kua. To Ramirez. Kind of sloppy with the ball, but he gets the bump, the bucket, and the bonus this time. Finally. He stopped settling for the three. And he went downhill to complete that play. Now he steps on the line for the bonus free throw. He gets that one to go. Tried to go with the give and go play right there, but sarado pati bintana. There's Hans Chua. Uses the screen. Re-screen. Aliling. Chua takes it upon himself. No go. Gavin Kua has it. Gives it to Jello Montecastro. Leaves it. Gavin Kua for 3. That's wide right. Lilipad si Hans Chua, not this time around. Tim Koo gives it to Hans Chua, but that's another miss from him. Just over 7 minutes remain. Jello Montecastro with a full head of steam and 2 more points. for Bridgestone. Ooh, good move there by Hans Uchua. Another acrobatic play for him. Here's Jello. Monte Castro spins, fires, cannot finish, but he gets fouled on that putback attempt. It's 2 free throws. Now here's Zhoosh with the leather. Lim. That's a 3, not this time. Lee gathers the loose ball. Second chance opportunity. Tim Koo laughs it off. Jello Montecastro breakaway once more. And he's the lone scorer who's efficient on the floor. Talking about Jello Montecastro. Hans Uchua. Wow, killer crossover. Gavin Kua. Hindi makaka-finish doon sa pagkakataong iyon. Hans Uchua, 2-man game. Make that 3. Fernando for 3. Yes, sir! And it is now at 103 points for Zhoosh. And just 66 so far para dito sa Bridgestone. They need Kobe Bryant, Tracy McGrady, and Michael Jordan to win this game with just over 5 minutes remaining. But with this effort, I doubt. Fernando, one more 3. No go. That's too long. Hans Uchua, his version of a tray is good. Ang init nilang lahat. Hugo Ramirez, his triple finally finds the bottom of the net after struggling in the third and fourth quarters. Hans Uchua streaking, fleeing the scene. Fernando swings it, a fake pass, and now Fernando has it. 11 seconds to work with. It's a handoff, a long 3 palm. Wow! The bank is open on a Saturday evening, apparently. They're just too hot. Sobrang init. It's Gavin Kua. He spins. Goes ISO once again. Wow. I am speechless by how hot the hands are of Zhoosh, especially from way downtown. I mean, wow. Hugo Ramirez settles for another 3. He goes back rim. He's shooting a very inefficient clip. Another 3. No go. 2 red shirts battle for the rebound. It's Hans Uchua and his comrade in Gian Fernando. Gavin Kua, his 3-pointer does not fall. Now the ball is with Lim. His 3-pointer is good again. Wow! Sobrang init ng team na to. Gavin Kua attacks strong and finishes. But it's a little too late for that one. At this point, they're just filling up empty stats. But it's 112 to 73 score for these two teams. Make that 114 to 73. And essentially, we're just waiting for the final buzzer to sound here. Here's Fernando. To the corner, another 3. Not this time around. Now to the real corner. Fernando has it. Straightaway 3. Back rim. Finally, they're missing. But they have been very consistent. Gavin Kua, another breakaway lay for him, but it's just a little bit too late. And another bucket here for Hans Chua. The three, Ramirez, still very cold. Now here's Fernando. Just wasting away the clock for both these teams. They're just shooting blanks after blanks. Tagle. That was a weird hit on that shot. And he airballs that triple. Substitutions. Monte Castro checks out in favor of Kevin Lin. And I think that's the white flag for Bridgestone. Fernando asking for the leather. Hans Chua. Tutan inside. That one's quite short. That ball rolls out of bounds on that rebounding play.
Last 2 minutes.
Here's Hugo Ramirez. Will he shoot a three again? This time he goes to the cup and finishes. He needs to do more of that in their next game in order to contribute positively to this team. And not just chuck up shots that stops the offensive flow. Here's Stan. Stop and pop. That gets blocked. Still hits the rim though. Here's Hugo Ramirez. The pass. His teammate botches that layup. Ramirez gets blocked inside for that Cowrie defensive play of the quarter. 80 seconds remain before the final buzzer of this evening. Mark Tagle for three. Finally! They reached the 80-point mark with a triple. They've been dreaming of that since it was 7 p.m. Fernando for three. Tried to answer, but to no avail. That's a missed call. Fernando grabs the loose ball, passes it to Tan. Will he get it back? Oh, unselfish brand of basketball. That's what we want. Tan misses on that triple. Mark Tagle gets the leather from the rebound. Goes to the cup and finishes.
Mark Tagle.
Oh, Hans Chua did not expect that pass. Ilagan to Chua. The three, that's short. Another one. Hans Chua for three once again. Still doesn't fall. 24 seconds remain in the game clock. Patay na ang ating shot clock. Gavin Kua for three. No go. Tagle clean up job.
Mark Tagle.
And there you have it. Probably the final score if they don't decide to shoot. Batan will try another one from downtown. And there you have it. The final score of this game, 116 to 84, with Zhoosh coming out on top and improving their 4-2 record to a 5-win and 2-loss record. Meanwhile, itong Bridgestone will fall down to a 2-5 record, still at the bottom of the standings. Don't look away. We'll be right back to interview the best player of the ball game when we return. Welcome back, folks. This is your Stallion Cup X-Men Sox Conference, and now we are with the best player of the ball game, Carl Lim, scoring 38 big points and the record-breaking 12 three-pointers during this game. Honestly, you look like Curry in that hard court. But what was going through your mind while you were shooting from way downtown in that very efficient clip?
I honestly don't know. I guess just coming off a loss, heartbreaking loss this last game. All gun blazings coming out today. So that's just what we were told. Just keep shooting. Bawi lang for this game.
And the biggest thing that I've noticed during your game kanina was that you guys distributed the ball far better than Bridgestone. What was the game plan behind that? Were you guys really actively looking for each other? Who's your main scoring option for Zhoosh?
I think our gameplay is the same with every game. It just depends on how our opponents play us. So in this case, severely undermanned. So spacing the floor is the best way to go, and running. So I was just being kept left wide open. So there we go.
You just capitalize on all the openings that they give to you. And now that we are in the halfway mark of our season, what's the plan of Zhoosh? Anong balak? Papatol pa ba at hahabol pa ba sa first two seeds? Or you're good with your spot? What's your motivation heading on to finishing this conference?
No, of course. Mindset is really just to win every game we play. Of course, we want the twice to beat advantage. So we just keep on playing our game and figuring out like better options, because once the playoffs are here, for sure it's going to be more intense. So we just need to keep our hygiene up, and we're pretty confident we'll make a good run.
There you go, our best player of the ball game, Carl Lim, scoring 38 big points with 12 threes to his name, a record-breaking one at that. And just a couple of greets. Any greets or any shout-outs before we end this interview?
Shout out to my wife watching and her friend, and just to my teammates, just the continuous encouragement to shoot the ball.
And there you go. Once again, this is your Stallion Cup X-Men Sox Conference, and we are with the best player. We are with the best player of the ball game, Carl Lim, scoring 38 with 12 threes, and that's it. That's the final. This is the end of this very eventful Saturday. Once again, my name is Reynald Greg Cilia. See you next week, folks.